Hi, welcome back to the Dymat channel. I'm Chris Bilton. I was a professional jeweller in the UK for over 20 years, but now I'm in Japan making jewellery making instructional videos, so welcome. Why not click like and subscribe if you're into that kind of thing and looking to learn to make jewellery. So I had a question from a patron recently. She was drilling something and broke the drill in her piece and was asking advice about how to get that drill out without damaging the piece. It's a problem and it's going to happen to you, it happens to all of us. Fortunately, not that often, but when it does, it always causes a problem. You can get lucky sometimes and you can just grab it with pliers and pull it out, but usually it's a lot of trouble to get things out. Mainly because you're trying not to damage the piece of jewellery you made or repairing or something. You can't hack it up completely just to get the bit drill out, so you've got to try and take it out with as little damage possible to the piece of jewellery. So I'll just talk about a few things, a few methods that I've been successful with in the past. Yeah, this ring is going to feature again, the one I did the pips for. So it's got holes all over it. This is the kind of thing, like say so the casting and the holes were, it's come back from casting but the holes are quite blocked up, so you're trying to open up the holes nicely. This is the kind of thing that breaks drills, or accidentally. I've got these are at my scrap pot as well. They'll keep a few like old drills because they come in useful in the future again. So yeah, it's always this kind of size drill that seems to break and cause you trouble, like a mil or less. Obviously, because they're thinner, they're more prone to breaking. So what I've done, I've just started off a new hole in that ring with a nice drill. Now this one, which is not sharpened, is snapped off. I'll put a bit of oil on it. No, I won't put oil on it. I want it to snap. Habits there. So yeah, I've just started off this hole. Oh, it just went through, didn't it? Okay, right. There we go. So there's now a piece of drill in there. So that drill went in, you can see where it entered, it's sticking out, it just got through and then it snapped. So first thing I would do, if you've got this, you're probably more lucky if you've got a bit of drill sticking up. Sometimes you just got a bit buried in there, but in this case, I've seen this happen before, this has happened to me on accident. I would try and grab it at tweezers. Sometimes you can get lucky and just get it to come out with tweezers. Depends how much of length you got, because you need to grip it quite hard with tweezers, but certainly try it. I would likely have a close look at it with my loupe, have a look at what's sticking up. I've got less sticking out than I thought, you know. So yeah, I was about to suggest using kind of pliers like this, which you can do sometimes if you can't grip it hard enough with tweezers, or if you're gripping it with tweezers but not able to pull it out, maybe some pliers like this that go to a point, snipe I think they're called. Not go to a point, but not too sharp. Like these ones are sharp and loads, but to squeeze a drill is just going to damage the end of them. So you need something with a bit of strength on the end. You can squeeze it quite hard. I used to have some pliers. I haven't seen them since I was in the UK. I assume I just didn't bring them. They were like this. They were kind of flat on the end, but not too wide. But they had nice fine teeth all the way across. They were like electrician's pliers, I think. They were useful for this kind of thing, because obviously they've got more grip. Like a drill is very hard metal, harder than these, so these kind of just slip off the drill. Like, I don't know if you may have experienced that before, like have you ever tried to, like something like that in parallel pliers, like very, very slippery, very easy to just come out. It's because that metal's a lot harder. So that happens with drill bits, that they are slippery with against your tools. So anyway, right, my bit of drill is stuck right in there. I can't grab it with tweezers, I can't grab it with pliers. So next I would be, because I can't grab it yet with tweezers or pliers, so next I'll be reaching for my little pot of previously broken drill bits and looking for one with a bit of length on it. Ideally same size or a bit thinner than the one that snapped in there. That's probably a good one. Put it in there. I'll tell you what I'd do. A bit of oil. A bit of oil on your drill bit might help it shift. I'll be hooking it on my bench peg. If you've got like a ring stick with a groove in it or a flat section, that'll be ideal. You just put it in that and then that's going to hold the ring really round as well. So you can give it a tap on that ring stick if you've got one. I do not have one. I don't think it's worth buying one just for the occasions when you need to bang a drill out. If you need it for other reasons. Sometimes you've got a ring with a stone set a bit too low and the point of the stone's sticking out. That's something you've got to look for, you've got to be quite careful with, because if you don't notice that, just slide it up a ring stick, you might damage that stone. So yeah, this is probably the same size, maybe a bit thinner, so I'm looking to tap that down now, so I'm just going to support it on the corner of my bench peg. Pin hammer should be enough for this. push an outlet. Now, obviously, that's a bit of a liability. I don't want to snap that one in there now, so you've got to be careful the way you pull that out. Okay, that was easy. Yeah, if it gripped in there, I would suggest holding it with parallel pliers and just gently twisting it left, right, and pulling it out, obviously. But with oil on, it's less likely to break in there. So yeah, that's pushed out a little bit now. I don't know if you can see that. A bit closer for you. Can you see it sticking up now? Because I basically just pushed it that way. So I'll be trying again now to grab that. There you go. I shifted it with tweezers. Boom, it's out. Now you might be wondering, okay, great, but you were drilling holes all the way through that ring. What if I'm only drilling halfway down? I'm going to do like pave set, but I don't want holes all the way through it. And I'd snap a bit of drill in there. That's, yeah, that's a problem. That's hard. Some tricks some people have done successfully in the past is soak it in acid, strong acid solution overnight, maybe even like 2-3 days, because the acid will start to like rust the steel. Maybe don't put it in your usual acid pot. Put some acid in another jar, nice strong mix, and leave the ring in that. So what we're trying to do is make the steel go rusty, and the surface is corroding, reduces its grip, and then you might get lucky and be able to ultrasonic it out. That has worked for us in the past, but it's desperate measures. Ideally, you can pull it out, knock it out somehow. But if you haven't got the option of drilling from the other side and having a way to push it, the acid trick, definitely oil, leaving it in the ultrasonic for ages, talking like overnight. Otherwise, you may end up having to drill through it, get that drill out, and then put a bit of wire in and solder it up again. I know it's not ideal, but you've got to do what you've got to do sometimes. Because you literally cannot continue with the job until you got that bit of drill out. But I'll tell you what happened to us a few years ago. This is literally like 3 years ago or something, not that long. Where I was working in London, I may be remembering wrong, but I think it was a diamond set star pair of earrings. So they were finished, I didn't make them. They were given to me for polishing, so I took them downstairs to polish it. But when I brought them back upstairs, like some of the diamonds had gone a bit like brown on one of the earrings. So we couldn't figure it out. So I think we thought that after soldering the post on, like one of the diamonds got burnt or damaged somehow. So the stone was taken out, we were going to replace the stone. But after taking it out, we saw that there was like a little bit of burr, little tooth or something, like the setter had done. He'd broken his burr, setting the diamonds. So that bit of steel in there was going rusty and making the diamond look brown. So of course, got that out, and then once the stone was reset and it was all like polished again, there was no problem at all. So there's an example of you really need to get the little bits of steel out of your jewellery before you finish it, because yeah, it's going to cause problems. So that's it, I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm sorry, like if you've got a drill stuck in your piece of jewellery and you're really sweating about it, there isn't really a magic kind of thing you can do to get it out. Just ultrasonic in, oil in, acid in, bang in, drill in, phrase in, just ideally you can get it out with just the hole you drilled or want to drill, but there's a chance it might not be possible. You've got to open the hole up a lot more and then push it out. Yeah, I don't know, nothing I can say really. Like, I wish there was some like magic like trick I could show you. I don't have one. Like I've sweated over broken drills, as all jewelers have, I think. Fortunately, it's not something that happens often. If you're careful, once it's happened to you, if it happens to you, yeah, try and understand why it happened, and then you can proceed in the future avoiding that happening, or it's going to become less likely to happen in the future because you know how to hold this more securely, or using more oil. I don't know, you can experience, you know, just you proceed and you get better with experience like that. So these little bad things that happen to you, terrible when they happen, but become a better jeweler from them in the future. So all right, I'll wrap it up there. Why not click like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm on Patreon. There's a link in the description. Have a look. Become a patron. You can support the channel, help me keep these videos coming, creating more. Got loads of stuff I want to share, just trying to find time to get it all done. So talking of patrons, I want to say thank you to these wonderful people. We got Alberto Guzman, Akterson Ozen, Lars Johansson, and Yulia Nemirovskaya. Thank you guys. Wonderful names. I actually enjoy pronouncing people's names, and I just have to apologise I get them wrong, but it's fun to see these names that are clearly from all around the world, so it's quite fun that you're all becoming patrons, and yeah, I'm happy that you're like valuing what I'm putting out there. So it's really encouraging to do more, and I enjoy doing these videos, but like I always say, I'm always fighting against the clock. I can't find time to do them all as much as I want. So yeah, cool, thank you very much guys. I'll leave it there. Click like and subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah, join me next time for more diamond mounting. See ya.